Z Nationals is coming up this weekend, or to get the S15 ready for the show, I definitely got to fix this horrendous fitment. Yeah, as you may tell, horrible fitment all around. I mean, I can fit my whole entire foot in this wheel gap. It's about a 4-finger gap, so definitely got to fix that today. Honestly, in Japan, it didn't have horrible fitment. I will throw a couple of photos of what it looked like in Japan, so you can get an idea of how it'll look when it's lowered. In order to be legally imported and put on the boat, they did have to raise the car, and it just hasn't been lowered ever since. The car is running on some Blitz coilovers, and the previous owners did actually roll the rear and the front fenders. Not only did they do that, they also did relocate the wiring harness above the strut tower, so I don't have to worry about the headache of the tires rubbing on the fenders or burning through the wiring harness. So super thankful they did that. Let's get this S15 jacked up and these wheels off so I can finally lower the car. Honestly, I'm not too concerned about these wheels. They all seem to have some rash going on, as well as one of the rears does have a chunk taken out of the lip. However, it's still holding air, so it's still good to me. On all of the wheels, they also seem to have some previous paint peel damage where the lugs go from sockets. I'll probably just touch it up with some gloss black paint just to make it visually nicer. I'm gonna end up keeping these as spares when I get new wheels, so I'm not too concerned. I'm honestly thinking about getting some Advent RG2s or 3s. If I can just pick up some RG4s that are new. However, I do want to get them triple chromed. I think that would look really nice on this S15. Now that the wheel is off, we have a better look at these rolled fenders from the previous owners in Japan. And I mean, I don't think they did too bad of a job. I've seen a lot worse on 240s, so definitely saves me the time and headache, as well as they did relocate the wiring harness, like I said, above the strut tower. So super helpful. All we gotta do is jump into these Blitz coilovers. I did pick up a universal pack on Amazon of 10 different size spanner wrenches. It was about $30. All we gotta do is see which one fits and we'll jump right into it. I just sprayed some WD-40 and I'm letting it sit on the coilover for a little bit. I've been on the car for a couple of years, so it'll make it a lot easier and soften it up when I'm ready to crack the collar. Before you go adjusting these coilovers, I would highly suggest getting a piece of paper and writing down the measurements. So either get yourself a tape measure or a ruler and measure from each collar so you know what they are now and you know what you can adjust them to per side so it's even. I'm not sure the preload on these Blitz coilover springs. I'm just gonna see if I could see the preload. Sometimes it's written on the actual spring itself, or I'm just gonna look it up. It seems for the Blitz coilovers in the kit, the 7885 works. So I'm just gonna crack open this collar now. WD-40 should have made it a lot easier. Yeah, that was a lot easier. Now I could just spin it freely by hand. I'm not too sure on how low I want to go. I'll probably just spin it maybe an inch or so and then drop the car and see how low it is. So that seems pretty good. All you gotta do now is just spin this top collar and it'll bring the strut in and it'll lower the car. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, I can go a lot lower. Yeah, a hell of a lot better. Honestly, I could go lower, but I think this looks good for now. When it settles, it should drop it another ½ inch. Still want it to be daily drivable, so now all I gotta do is hit the rears and we should be done. The rear should be pretty straightforward. Just copy what you did to the front to the rear. Just make sure you measure the coilovers so you know how to adjust it on the other side. And just be mindful also, try to get that wheel gap the same as the front so the car is level and even. All we gotta do is just repeat the process and it should be good. Let the car settle overnight. I just went on a quick little test drive to let it settle down just a little bit more. But so far so good. I mean, she didn't scrape on any of the roads that I was thinking she would. Granted, it's really not that low. I could technically go, like I said, a lot more lower, but for daily, I think this is pretty good. The ultimate test will be going over speed bumps or any of the potholes on the main road, but should be good. Like I said, it did do pretty good today. So finger gap all around, but for a daily, I think it's pretty good. I appreciate any and all you guys who have been following along with this S15 content. If you're enjoying, don't Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and drop a like. With that being said, I'll catch you guys next week. Like, looking all in here.